Welcome to Urban Wine Life on the Bougie Black Brother Network. Good afternoon and welcome to Urban Wine Life. I'm Michael, your Bougie Black Brother, and today we're back for our wine review. And I actually pulled out one of my last year's Naked Wines bottle. And I was like, whew, okay, I still got a couple of those left. So this Naked Wine selection is called the Cellar Cru. And it's a red wine, obviously a red wine, but it's a red wine mixture. And I was trying to find out what's the mixes that's within here, what different type of grapes that are inside. But it doesn't say. And this is a 2016 as opposed to a lot of, if you look them up, there's a lot of 17s that's available, but the 16 isn't. It's a $12 price point, which is reasonable. And you can go from that. I'm not going to go into too much of the subscription Naked Wine because they got a little interesting thing that they have that they contribute to. It's like they got angel investors that helps them out with their business and all. So this angel funded wineries in Sonoma. But so I tried to kind of figure this one out. This actual the Cellar Cru, and people was talking about it. Some people hate it. Some people said, well, it was kind of bland. Some said, I love the label. I think the label looked cheap. Your first look at it is kind of like, whatever. But that's the feel sometimes. And most people actually do. They actually said, ooh, that's a nice little label. Oh, that looks really interesting. So I'm going to buy it. To me, this one isn't attractive. But since it came with the Naked Wine subscription, I was like, well, I'll get around to it. So this is when I'm getting around to it. So like I said, red wine, a little blend. Whoops. Look at that. Splashing it like I'm crazy around here. So I want to get a whiff of it. But they said if you leave it out for an hour, and I only didn't, and I did have for about 20 minutes. I didn't do an hour. And they said it'll breathe a little better and you can get a lot out of it. So let's take a whiff. So deep berries, probably like a blueberry, slight wood, yeah, kind of wood, kind of walnut, I think. Something else behind that. I ain't catching it yet, but it looks like something else behind it. But let's get a taste now. So, not a lot of heat. Got nice fruit forward, so it's not overwhelming, like really fruity. Now you're getting the heat as it goes down, but it's not a heat within the mouth, so you're not getting a lot of tannins in this. The acidity is right where it needs to be. But this one, with all that said, it's okay. It's a pretty smooth wine. When I drink something like this, it kind of reminds me of a little heated Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet, and then a more of a Merlot, because it's not fruity to the point of being like a Pinot Noir or Zinfandel. I'm getting more of like a Merlot with a heated cab behind it. But it could be. I'm not sure which ones they are. Let me get another taste. And I like the fruit smell of it. But yeah, you're starting to taste the fruit in the front end, which is good. This is a really good, it's pretty smooth. It's juicy to a certain point, but not too much. Like I said, the Zinfandels and the Pinot Noir, or even the Syrahs, Petite Syrahs. I think it's more on the Merlot side, and something else is making it a little more fruitier. But this is a pretty good wine. I have to do this one as a recommendation. The Cellar Cru 2016. It's a California red wine blend. with whatever they put in there. So you're taking that out. So this isn't bad. So if you see this and you go with Naked Wine and they make you take a choice, this one isn't bad. And it's a decent price point. And I think as you get a collection, your price point will probably come down under $10. But that's what I have with the Cellar Cru this week, 2016 red wine from the Naked Wine collection that I had. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week on Urban Wine Life. Peace.